Good afternoon to everyone. Myself Abhishek Singh, and today we are going to discuss about the webinar on enhancing efficiency with process heater in oil and gas industries.
Marathon Eater belong from Tempsens Instruments and Tempsens Instrument belong from Piotta Group. Piotta Group founded in year of 1976. We have three divisions: panel division, thermal cable, and electronic division. This is our vision itself. We lead the thermal and cable industry with passion, innovation, excellent reliabilities. This is our vision, and we're straight forward to looking forward to them. Here we discuss about the Marathon Eater. Marathon Eater previously is a joint venture with a US based company along with Tempsens India in 2006, and we acquired the 100% share in 2016. Now from the 2016, Marathon Heater Core Indian based company, which is the manufacturer of electrical heaters. In terms of, we have manufacturing many type of heaters, in which component heater, process heater, and furnace heater. Or we can say Marathon Heater are one of the largest electrical heater manufacturing in India, serving various industry like process application in oil and gas, air separation, chemical, fertilizer, evaporation, and air heating and drying, power, and other segments. Component heater, we can say the cartridge heater, silicon rubber, mica ceramic band heater, etc. And furnace heater, bundle hot heater, age wound, coil heater, air heater. If we talk about the process heater, we are manufacturing the electrical heaters along with pressure vessel and control panel. Some of the certification we have of process heater, we have ATEX, ICX. ICX certification is recognized worldwide, but some countries have their own requirement for certification. So that ATEX for European market, PESO and CCUA for India, TRCU for Russia, and ICAS for Middle East. We have all kind of certificates, including ASME U stamp and ASME R stamp also for pressure vessels. Here, our second segment is it's about the process heater design and construction. These are our limitations in terms of designing. We have the manufacturing unit. It's the limitation of design pressure up to 300 bar and 700 degrees centigrade. We can supply as both type of areas, safe area or hazardous area. Up to the heat load or heat duty is megawatt, 5 megawatt. Our wide range of electrical heater is extensively used for processing liquid, in which air, water, steam, any liquid or any gases up to 700 degrees centigrade and up to the pressure of 300 bar. If we talk about the construction of heater coil, we can say the tubular heater. The tubular heater consists of a resistance nickel chromium wire inserted into the protective metal tube, or we can say the outer tube or outer sheath, filled with very high purity magnesium oxide. The reddish portion is saying that the reddish portion is called as nickel chromium wire, which is a combination with MgO and sheath. The assembly will be compact by rolling and swaging to ensure the excellent heat transfer. In particular, we can say heater element, both edge of sheathing component consist of non-heating zone where the electrical connection is made. Right now we have four kind of, you can say different diameter is depending on our availability of what type of filling tower. We can give you 8 type of OD, in which 8 mm, 11 mm, 12.5 and 16. If we talk about the MOC, we can give you A steel and alloy material, ERW or seamless board type. It's depend on the application and designing purpose. If we're talking about the construction of whole assembly, the electrical heater generally the combination of heater flange, we can say the tube sheet, electrical heater, we can say the U-shape element, and baffle plates and tie rods, as you shown in the figure, and the terminal box, enclosures, and the sensors. The photo you are shown in the figure, it's known as immersion heater, which is the electrical heater is known as inline heater. It's a similar type of shell and tube exchanger, except the fact that heating energy is provided by the electrical power following inside the tubes or heating elements. Multiple number of heating elements will be installed into baffle plates assembly and inserted inside the pressure vessel. You can see here also. One side is inlet and one side is outlet with the drain nozzle and vent nozzle. This is called circulation heater. Circulation heater is nothing but the combination of electrical heater or immersion heater with pressure vessels. Once it's energized, the electrical energy converted into heat and transferred to the liquid or the fluid, which will flow through the pressure vessel from inlet nozzle to outlet nozzle. For accurate control and safety, each heater will be controlled by dedicated control panel, which can be thyristor based or contactor based. Marathon heater is also expertise in designing the supplying such panels as part of our heating process heating solution, which can say the combination of electrical heater, pressure vessel, and control panel. And understand the process heating system, in which we can say the process heating system are the complete heating solution to ensure the heat transfer to the process. Process में आपका fluid भी हो सकता है in form of gas, solid or liquid or any kind of hydrocarbons. Under control design condition is specification compliance to national and standard rules and safe and reliable. If we talk about the softwares, we have licensed engineering software like SolidWorks for designing part, STRI SPIN for thermal calculation, and PV Lite for mechanical calculation. We do cross engineering for the your parameters and with the help of those type of calculation for the certified software. Third segment, we are start. It states about the basic refinery configuration and its application, in which we have supplied in previous year as per our proven track record. If we talk about the refinery process, it's depend on the licensor, the origin of the crude oil, and the location of the refinery. The different type of user in refinery in all over the world in India, just like IOCL, HPCL, BPCL, NIRA, HPL, NRL, CPCL, and so on. We're discussing about the application which we have supplied to the user itself. These are the various type of circulation heater for oil and gas application. We can say in application of CCR, isomerization, fuel gas. In fuel gas, there's two type of heaters in primary heater or superheater. Primary heater, we can say the primary heater is states the first step of the heating of the fuel fluid, and super is known as secondary kind of heating. Heater and gas circulation heater, in which O2, nitrogen, hydrogen, the combination of hydrocarbons, etc. Some other type of heaters in which we are supplied it's to the it's to other type of application in which flare CO drum heater, tag heater, crude heater, bitumen, and so on. We talk about the heater. It's depend on the application step by step, which we have supplied to the refinery. Firstly, we talk about fuel gas heater. In fuel gas conditioning skids to maintaining the temperature above dew point before infusing into gas turbine. In other words, the fuel gas heater is high pressure and high temperature heat exchanger designed to elevate the temperature of fuel gas. Basically, the fuel gas is mixture of methane, ethane, propane, butane, and other hydrocarbons. Fuel gas is commonly used as an energy source for turbine and other heating purpose or sources. Before the fuel gas is burned in the turbine, it needs to be treated to ensure removal of solid, liquid, or gas contaminant. A fuel gas conditioning system commonly consists of preheater or superheater. We supply those kind of heater to the users and also along with the photographs. If we talk about the rating, it's from 6 kilowatt to 600 kilowatt. Area is installation is ATEX certification, hazardous type, flammable area. 100% thyristor based control because it's a like precise type of control is needed. We have supplied to ONGC, Bangladesh to Chevron, ADNOC Offshore through Agerco Energy, Oil India through Expro, and so on. The second type of heater, we can say KO drum heater. The knockout drum is a vessel that separates liquid from gas stream in oil and gas industry. It's mostly for in the flare gas system. Industry are using steam heater mostly in that particular application due to availability of steam from their process only. But nowadays they are likely to use electrical heater due to environmental safety and fulfill the emission compliance. Here we supply to the Petronas Malaysia, Santos Australia, Oil India and Nigeria, NPD. Rating of 6 to 650. Talk about how it works. The drums slows down the gas flow by the creating a pressure drop which allow liquid and condensate to fall out the gas of the streams, which is the application. Talk about one more application which is CCR. It's called as continuous catalyst regeneration. In that process, uh, the use of electrical heater because of the chemical reaction are endothermic, that is absorb heating, and multiple heaters are required at various stages in order to increase the fuel temperature at proper level. We have supplied to those kind of heater which is shown in the photo is our one of the user prestigious user in south. This is our development job. It's called as 4 stack vessel. Because of the compact space, we have designed the same, and those kind of heater mostly working as a the first stack outlet is the inlet of the second stage stacks and so on. And we have supplied to the IOCL, Haldia, and Panipat also. And those kind of heater generally governed by the licensor specification such as UOP and EXINS. Marathon heater design specialty in that particular application. Marathon electrical process heater have compact design which is shown in the figure, virtually 100% efficiency, no risks of fouling that creates a need for frequent cleaning. It has effectively controlled by well-designed control panels. We can say the type of heater is called as immersion heater. If we talk about the immersion heater, if the fluids to be heat up the high viscosity and increase the pumping ability, fluid in which we can say any type of fluid in which bitumen, FO, core crude oil, etc. Immersion heaters are designed and constructed in various forms on the basis of their application and mounted requirement. Mainly they have three type of immersion heater: direct heater, indirect heater, and L shape of heaters. If we talk about direct heater directly mounted inside the tank and directly contact to the process fluid. We can say the contact type of heater. If we talk about the indirect heater, heating elements will be mounted inside the pocket or casing pipe, which will be welded to the tube sheet or flange. The heat from the elements transferred to the pocket and in turns into the fluids. Mostly it's used in large storage tank in which heater replacement can be done without draining the complete system. It also beneficial during maintenance if applied indirect heater mostly to the OEMs like compressor and tank manufacturer. If we talk about the user, we have supplied regular to the IOCL, HPCL, Petronas, Lukoil, and Farabi. Just shown the figure, and we mentioned already. Kind of heater is a form of skid for the industrial application. This is called this kind of heater is a platform in which the common platform in which a plug and play type of system, pumping, heating, measuring, and control mounted in the skid based unit. You need to only connect the inlet and outlet process pipe. You can receive or got the required output in terms of temperature and pressure. We have supplied those kind of skids is to the ADNOC, Immersion, Petrovite Qatar, and Airmac. Basically is the combination of the electrical heater panel and vessel in one platform along with the piping, valve, and all. Fourth segment, it's about the decarbonization, conversion, and or we can say the electrification. First, we are try to understand what is electrification. Basically, the electrification in industry is the process of replacing fossil fuels based system and process with electricity powered alternatives, like includes converting devices, system, process that use non-electric energy sources like coal, oil, gas into ones that use electricity or as a source of electricity. Indian government is also achieved 50% of country emission in terms of non-fossil fuel requirement. It's around 2030 and set the target to reach net zero emission by 2070. If we talk about net zero, what is net zero? We can say cutting carbon emission to the small amount of residual emission that can be absorbed and durably stored by the nature. It can say it's living zero in the atmosphere. That particular reason, industry is likely to shift electrical heater in the form of conversion and electrification with high heat duty. In terms of industry are want to change the voltage to the low voltage into the mid voltage for high duty, high load type of heater. The challenges we are facing for the same, according to the survey in 2022, around 25% of India CO2 emission can be come from industrial sector, and 85% of total energy used in industry sector is fuels, and less than 15% for from the electricity. Currently, only a small fraction of the demand for industry heating is met using renewable energy, mostly from the biomass or bioenergy. The offices are generally setting company emission, or we can say the carbon reduction goals with the support of local teams, but local facility are challenged to identify the potential solution and options. Or we can say the local teams and Indian government team know the gas but lost in the electric, in which how can we electrify, how does that impact our process, how do these system compare to my system, how do we operate or maintain them. If we talk about decarbonization through electrical heater, we can say the electrical heater proven track record for electric heater has been around since early 20th century and also adopted by the world because its simplicity, its effectiveness, and most safe and design. If we can say why it's simplicity, effective, and most safe, because the energy you have supplied to the inlet, or we can say the energy in, is equal to the energy out. So it's a best efficient and effective and reliable because of the 100% thermal conversion. Another reason behind that, it can be energized by renewable sources. Possible to design megawatt through mid voltage and cost effective solutions. Mid voltage system, which called as the MV type of heater, can reduce infrastructure maintenance life cycle operating cost for multi mega loads and can be replaceable from oil, fire, steam, and any kind of heaters. Why we choose electrical heater over the steam and other type of heaters? We can say the main reason is net zero and high efficiency. Here we already talk about the it can be energized by the renewable sources like solar, wind, hydro, etc. Due to this, there is zero carbon emission because of the no smoke pollution. So it's environmental friendly, and obvious reason it's a global trend, and it's direct current from the solar energy and the power grid, which can be classified and understand through the image also. If we talk about what is a voltage heater, right now we have supplied up to 690 volt. We can say the low voltage system, but India and industry along with the world now shifted into the millivolts. We can say right now we have supplied 960 voltage, which is under low voltage supply, but the demand of industry and government of India asking for develop the items, machine sources is in medium voltage. And as a OEM, we are developing and cross-check the possibility with the process data of different kind of heaters into the electrical one. The beneficial to all kind of industry, OEMs to the end user like refinery. We talk about the what is the definition of low voltage and medium voltage. Here we differentiate both kind of voltage step by step. In low voltage, it goes up to 690 voltage. It's the average efficiency nearby 98%, element diameter 16, and thickness of the 1.5 until unless specified. And the maximum heat load, we can say 5 megawatt, and its benefits, its CO2 and energy impacts, improve process stability and control. Medium type of voltage, it goes up to the 6.6 kV. The average efficiency is nearly 99%, and diameter and thickness is shown here 25 and 2 to 3 mm. Maximum heat load is up to the user. Explain with the example of those 5 type of heater. अगर हम लोग 5 मेगावाट को 415 वोल्ट में कंसिडर करके बैंक निकालेंगे तो उसकी पर्टिकुलर करंट आएगी, वो जो आएगी 773 आएगी। उसके रिस्पेक्ट में जो करंट कैरिंग कैपेसिटी होगी, if we consider it with respect to the 3 core copper conductor XLPE insulated cable, वो 442 आएगी. That means it required 3 core and 185 square mm cables with the 2 runs. And we consider 690, then it's require 150 square mm cable with the 2 runs. Here we can see the difference between both. Cable sizing and the current is reduced, and we goes for the mid voltage heater cable and high tension cable. According to the some of standards and national codes, the current rating of the low voltage, it's not more than the 800 ampere, and for the mid voltage, it's not more than to the 400 ampere. So if we talk about 1.1 kV, तो जो number of banks है वो reduce हो जाएंगे up to the 7 and so on. If we talk about 6.6, there is number of bank, it's only 2 numbers with the capacity of 219 and 240. And we can say the reduction of cable sizing 185 to 70 square mm cable for the 1 run. We easily can say the difference between the those kind of type of heaters. Mainly it's because of the mid voltage heater, the reduction of current, the reduction of maintenance, the reduction of cable sizing, so on. Our fifth and last segment, it's about the marathon heater contribution for those kind of decarbonization, electrification, and conversion. We have some upcoming plans and development with the Indian government and some prestigious, or we can say the giant consultant and the user itself for the developing mid voltage replacement to the gas, fire, and steam heater. And we are doing some developments to replace the heat exchangers and replace the low voltage kind of heater to the high voltage. We are also supplied duct heater for the power plant to reduce gas in few gas handling units. And we have supplied to one of the giant OEM of the boilers, which is the development of electrical type of boiler, if which is the replacement of steam type of boiler. We are doing some engineering designing of IFO steam and fire heater into the electrical heater and check the possibility with the user from the backward integration. And again, if we talk about the certification, we have ETICS, ICX, PESO, ICAS, ERCU, UL, CE, ASME-U, and R, and obvious ISO and BIS also. If we compare up between the heat exchanger, steam heat exchanger, and electrical one, there is a heat load is called as the unit called as KCL per hour, and in electrical heater is kg per hour. But the efficiency of heat exchanger, it goes around 60 to 90, but in electrical heater the efficiencies goes around 100%. Plan to get some more certifications in upcoming weeks and months, like EL, Aramco, and so on. Here our major client. Thank you for attending